Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. And as you can see, I've got Mike, my left-hand man, here with me tonight. Mike, good to have you with me.
Good to be here again.
All right, good to be here. Okay, well, Mike's sitting right under the air-conditioning vent over here, and he froze out last week and had to get up and leave. Me and Bill didn't know where he got to, and so tonight he's got some kind of blockage up there in the vent. So anyway, it is pretty cool air blowing out of that thing, Mike.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah. All right. Want to say hello to Bill, Polly, and Gay, and also Dad. Say hello to those folks. And Bill, dang, I don't know why. Don't shoot me. I don't know why you ain't down here with us. But anyway, we got some film on Norse there Saturday night in the supermoon.
Oh, yeah.
And as far as I was concerned, Mike, it could have stayed just a regular moon.
Yeah.
We didn't. Bill and I didn't do that great. We was kind of disappointed. And after we got talking about what was going on, after we'd done loaded the boat up, headed home, we kind of figured out what the reason we wasn't getting as many bites as we'd been getting. Which we got quite a few bites, but wasn't near as fast paced as it had been, and we caught some fish, but we had several fish to get off on us, and don't know why. Bill even got down, got his hook honed out and sharpened hooks and everything else. He said, "Son, I just can't see how them fish are getting off." And I don't know either, but we missed several.
I'd say we lost twice as many as we caught.
Yeah, it's
beat all over. See.
I don't, like I said, I don't know how in the world, and even, they're just pulling the line, pulling the rod down, and you still miss them. So I don't know what's going on, but we may have to start fishing a trailer hook.
We have to.
Yeah, if they keep that up. Anyway, folks, we got some film up there on Norse, and we're going to show that, and because those fish do change. I mean, they're changing up there all the time. And it just it's even though you've got an idea where you left them one week, that don't mean they're there the next, does it, Mike?
No, it sure does.
And one thing for sure, it don't mean they're going to hit the same thing.
Most definitely that.
Yeah, that a little bit of color change will make a lot of difference up there on that place. So, Herschel, whenever you get ready, you've got Mike and Brad there on one camera and Bill and I on the other. So, whichever one you want to show first. Okay.
Well, we got a connection there. It's small. Check it out here and see what we got. Little smallie. Nice. You grow up. Alright, Brad's got one on now. Use him up here and see what he looks like. Pretty nice, looks like. Yeah, that's a real nice one, Brad. Croaky line right there in the boat. You come off and break your line.
No, he just come off.
Just come off. Yeah.
Did you hear what he said?
Huh?
He said something about tell Mickey Cox hi.
Tell Mickey Cox hi.
What else did he say? Want to borrow $50.
Borrow $50. Yeah. There you go.
He said just give me the money.
Just give you some money. All right. All right, Brad's got one on there. A little bit slow on getting the camera out. Anyway, got him in here. Yeah. There you go. Be Ain't that? Another nice one. We'll stay after them. Maybe we can find out a little bit more here. Get on the right color. Get you another one, Brad. A little bitty one right here. Oh, kind of bit something there. Been awful slow tonight. That on watermelon orange one. See the shaking his head. He's trying to come off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's a little bit mean, a little bit rough, ain't it? Come here. Oh, that's a nice one there. That's a 3-pounder, so. We'll take a bunch of them. Yeah, looks like Brad got one here winding up. Very nice one there, jumped on that thing, him bringing it up off the bottom. There you go, Brad. That's all right.
Accident.
Call that an accident, huh? He's a mean one. You don't like you to have your thumb in his mouth, I'll tell you that. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice one. Yeah. Go back and see if we can find another one. You're doing good. Keep it up. Getting a little wild on us. Coming up. Yeah, there's a nice one. Oh. Yeah. He's a mean one too. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of them hand saws.
Oh.
Up to your knee there. Good 18 inches or better. Yeah. It's a shape thing. Oh. That's, oh, he's mean. Ooh. Come back here. Eat him up. Yeah. Take another one here. He's nice and too. I'm on that green. Watermelon, a little red on it. Nice small. Guess we'll get to see that one, Brad.
No.
He jumped off before we got the
Quick release.
release on him. Hold still if you want to loose. There we go, folks. Another little smallie. Nice one. He's gonna grow up, be a big one of these days. Then we'll catch it.
What do you think, fellas?
Hey, son, we were ready, ain't we, Wes? Hey, buddy, they better look out tonight.
All right, that's
Got
what
a little man here, buddy.
All right, that's what I like to hear. We're gonna get them, folks. So stay tuned. We'll try to get a picture of the moon coming up here in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
All right. Remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. There's Mike's light that we talked about on the show there the other night. Yeah, as you can see.
I like the car out of that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Mike's got that in his extra flange there in the floor of his boat, and he's going to help me and Bill. He's in charge of building the light, and me and Bill's got to build the base. So
I done got that figured out too. I got the pieces there to half.
yeah, I think I have too. We're going to fix this up one, but
Do some whacking with a saw and get Greg Tracy to do some welding.
yeah. All right. We'll talk to you later on then.
Spread it out in the bottom of the boat.
Yeah.
Plug and stuff come over there. That's 8-inch stick.
Okay. Remember, let's go fishing show now. We'll see you later.
We'll try to get a picture of one or two.
All right. All right, folks, we got Wes up here with our first fish in the boat. Bring him on up here, Wes. There you go. Attaboy.
Smallmouth.
Yeah, got a little smallmouth there. Sure has. Hold the bait there. All right. Good job, Wes. Attaboy. All righty. Now, can you unhook him? Twist. Folks, old Bill's got her second fish here in the boat. We've had a couple we've missed and got off on us.
We had 2 or 3 here. Look at that.
All right, Bill.
Buddy, I'm telling you the truth. He felt so good.
I guarantee you it did. Yes, sir.
Boy, he sucked her in there on that big old hook.
Yeah, boy. That's the way we want to hook them, Bill. That way they can't get off on us.
That's right, old buddy. That's exactly right.
All right, Bill. Good job.
Good job, old buddy boy.
Okie dokie. Folks, old Bill's got another one on back here. Boy, that's a good fish there, Bill.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look at him.
All
man.
right.
Yes,
Boy.
sir. Yes, sir, buddy. Come in here, old boy.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
get down there to get you, so just come up here to me. Just a minute, stay right.
Yeah. Oh. You got him now,
All right,
bud.
we got
Yeah,
him. Hold
bud.
on him now.
Yes, sir. That's a lot better fish right there.
Yeah, he sure is, old buddy.
Yeah, man.
Tell you one thing.
Hooked him good?
He I could play with him all day. All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
sir, man. All right, Bill.
Yes,
Good
sir.
deal. Let's get you another one now.
Oh, buddy, I can't wait to get out there.
All righty. All right, old Wes has got another fish on here. Attaboy, Wes. Yeah. Hold on now. Don't let him get tangled up in that other rod. Attaboy. Bring him on up here now. Yeah, man. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Hold him up there.
Nice in that, Wes.
Yeah, man. Oh. All right, buddy. Good job. I'll get him off and we'll get another.
Alright. Alright. We haven't caught one in a while. We finally got one. Alright. Put him back and get another.
Folks, old West got another fish on here. Yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. All right,
It
Wes.
hit hard.
No, just barely hit it.
Just barely hit it.
All right, swing him up here. Let's get him off and see if we can get another. There you go.
What are you fiddling around and hooked up there, Wes?
There's another. All right.
Well,
Got one
Papa's
on there, son.
got one.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Nice one.
Look at that long time no see fish.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah,
That's a
look
real-
at him. Look at him in that clear water, buddy. Get him right
That
now.
water's so
Get
clear
him
you could
right
see
now.
him 3 foot down.
Oh, yeah, buddy. About time.
Yeah, it is about
Been a
time.
little slow here for the last
2 or 3 hours.
hour or so.
That's a good one. All right, let's put him back. We finally got one.
Yeah, he's got more.
A long time after the last one.
Yeah, him.
Finally got one.
Yeah. Look at that. I had a backlight. Now I want you to listen. I had a overrun there, and when I finally got that there thing, yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sirree. Yeah. Old West, him.
He's poor, ain't he?
Yeah, he's not very fat. Come on now, buddy.
I'm gonna cut it off until we get the bait out of it. All right, we finally got the hook out,
Yeah, buddy.
and that's the first fish in a long time. I can tell you that. First
Yeah,
fish in a
it
very
sure
long
is.
time.
Yeah. He's a,
All right, let's put him back and cherish this moment.
here we go.
All right, folks, there you go. I don't know, Mike. You know, you seen what we done, and I seen what you done. So,
Yeah.
you know, bad situation as far as I was concerned. I kept wanting. Honestly, the fish bit when we first got there because the moon was hazed out with the clouds.
Yeah.
They bit, and then the clearer it got and the brighter it got, the harder the bites were to come by.
Well, it actually got a little better for us when it was before it come up. We got a few, but while it was in behind them clouds, of course, it may have been the places we was on too. We kept trying, but it was pretty slow for us to start off with, and then we finally hit a spot there that had some fish.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 2 spots out of the 6 or 8 that we fished was the only ones that we caught fish off of. But, it was hard to figure them out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it was a great night. I mean,
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, the weather and it was humid there to start, warm and humid. T-shirt
yeah,
and
Bermuda shorts.
yeah, shorts and T-shirts, all you
Yeah.
needed. And I mean, the conditions and the weather was perfect.
Yeah.
But we just didn't. Bill and Wesley and I just didn't get on what I thought we ought to have been on.
Well, I was disappointed to start off with in throwing that red fly. I'd caught some fish on the week before, and just got one fish on it, and kept swapping around, trying different things, and couldn't really get on them, and finally got down and tied a rubber jig on out of that fine rubber that was a little darker green than the one that we normally been fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Brad, he was throwing that green pumpkin, and
Mhm.
he'd tried watermelon on it like he'd been doing before, and wasn't doing that good. And then he finally went to a pumpkin trailer on it, and put the red dye on it with that on the tail with that moon so bright, and he started picking up some. But that darker green in that rubber. And I put the watermelon on it and put the dye on it, and it seemed to work a lot better. But like I say, we tried a bunch of different baits, and I had 4 rods out there throwing spinner baits and 3 different jigs, and change them up and try 3 or 4 more, And, it could have been a lot to do with the places we was fishing. We wasn't really getting the hits that we did the last week. But we finally ended up catching a few. But man, at the ones that got off, that's what got me. How they just, you hook them and you think you got them, and then all of a sudden they's gone before you could get the camera turned on. They was gone.
Well, that was a lot of the, like I said earlier there, Bill even had his hone out, sharpening hooks and everything else, trying to get him where we could hold on to him, and you get him on and get him up, 4 or 5 cranks or half weights a boat, and they'd pull loose or
cut the weed guard down where you didn't have but 2 or 3 fibers on it, and sharpened hooks. We just trying different head hooks, with a different hook in it to see if it might have been a short shaft hook or something that was causing us to miss them, but they'd get off no matter what.
Yeah, I don't, they, like you said, they pull the Houdini.
Yeah.
And you set the hook good and load up on that fish and get him headed up and he just like he turned the loose of it.
Just like he turned loose.
Yeah. Vicious strike.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We got, looks like we may have to get us an underwater camera.
We got one of them, but I don't think you can fish with it.
Yeah. Well, we might have to put it down there and watch them or something. I don't know. We got to figure out something. I'm leaning towards the trailer up myself to see if we can hold on to them fish. I don't know. We got to figure out what we're going to do Saturday night. If the rain leaves out time, we can make us a trip now. I know you're watching, so be thinking about what we want to do. I'd kind of like to went over there and blow Fort Loudon Dam, Mike.
Yeah.
We used to have a good time over there. Start right there below the dam, and there's plenty of smallmouth in that stretch of river right there.
They sure are. But they're hitting when you start out with a new fly and it full of hair, and time you get through catching 6 or 8 of them, all the hair's gone, but just a few strands left on there.
Yeah,
they're definitely eating on it then.
Yeah. What they do, folks, that bucktail is brittle, and you wouldn't think it is, but especially the dyed bucktails. And when they get to biting on that thing, every time you catch one, you lose some hair off of it.
Oh yeah, them sharp teeth, he just eats it up.
Eats it up, and it doesn't take long. You don't have enough hair on there to get a bite, so you have to put another one on. But anyway, that was kind of the gist of the fishing trip. We did have a nice evening and night to fish, and we just didn't catch the fish we thought we ought to have, which probably never do. But there was a lot of boat traffic up there Saturday night, Mike.
I couldn't believe how many people was up there fishing.
Buddy, I couldn't either. I'm telling you, they was. Our Tim Ward was up there fishing. Him and one of his fishing buddies, and he called me. Said I ain't never seen this many boats up here, And I said, yeah, I said, got to be a tournament or something going on, but they were a lot of boats out sitting everywhere.
Yeah, and they wasn't just fishing under the lights for walleye. There's a lot of black lights going too. A lot of bass fishermen out there.
Yeah,
sure was.
So anyway, we'll move right along. Herschel, can you show us that picture? Since Mike mentioned the walleye of Eli Copeland. Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. How many walleye do you count right there? 5. Count 5. Eli sent me that for the entry for the photo of the month, and he's got 5 nice walleye there. And Eli lives next to Nashville, and said he caught them in Kentucky. And I wrote him back. Wednesday or Tuesday night, I guess it was, and said, Eli, I got to have some more information. So Grandpa Copeland, if you're listening, give us a buzz up here and fill us in on how he caught those walleye, because they are some nice ones. And I told him we need to know how he was caught them, the bait, and whereabouts, where he's at when he caught them, and what lake he is on, and all that stuff. So if you're listening, Grandpa, give us a buzz over here at the studio and let us know what Eli caught those fish on there. And but he had a good stringer of walleye, I'll tell you that, for this time of year.
Makes me hungry.
That sure does me too, Mike. And them some nice ones, sure are. All right, Herschel, thank you. But anyway, that's you mentioned the walleye, made me want to go ahead and go to that and see what's going on. Herschel, if you don't care, give us a minute here, and I'll get some water, and we'll come back and make some announcements. All righty. That's okay. We're with you. We can't do it without you, Herschel. Well, there we go. All right. You're done good. Hey folks, I'm here at Tim's Tire, and as you can see, there's not but a few of those helmets left. So if you're still looking for a helmet, you might want to step by here and check it out. There's probably less than a dozen here, so and 50% off still yet. So get on down here at Tim's Tire, and if you need a helmet, check them out, see if you can find one you like. Folks, I know it's in the middle of the summer, but as you can see, Tim's got quite a supply of tires here. So if you're running into tire trouble, need a new set of tires, we all like to try to make it through the summer, the winter, but sometimes we don't. So give them a shout down here at Tim's Tire. Call down here and price shop them, whatever you got to do. They're stacked up both sides of the aisle here, so give them a chance to earn your business. Price shop the tires, whatever you need to do, but check them out. There's some more tires, folks. Like I said, they're stacked up high. Plenty of tires here. You can, look 4 or 5 different brands over and pick out the brand you like. Hey, folks, I know we've got some truck drivers watching the show, so you truckers, Tim's got all kinds of truck tires down here for you. So if you're needing some truck tires for your big rigs, come by here at Tim's Tire and check it out and see if he can help you. Remember the Let's Go Fishing show, and remember all the sponsors. Okay, folks, I'm back again. You ATV riders, got a wall full of tires here for you. If you need some tires for your 4-wheeler, check it out down here at Tim's. You're going to find what you're looking for, I guarantee. Remember, Tim's Tire, sponsor of the Let's Go Fishing show. Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, and I'm going to show you some of the express aluminum boats Glenn's got sitting here, in case you might be interested in that. Some of them solid color, some of them camo. They've got just a plain 3-seater, 2-seater, that kind of thing, whatever you might be looking for in that line. And then here's one that's camo, fully decked out, got the Express there, trolling motor on it, and then the seats, it's got, I know the pedestal seats are here somewhere, but nice looking little rig right here, sure is. Also, folks, Glenn's got the Veranda pontoon boat. Man, this thing here's pretty. Tan, red and black trim on it. Really nice looking pontoon boat, and it's got the all aluminum deck that you've heard him talk about there the other week. And so if you're interested in the pontoon boat, come on by here and check with Glenn, check these things out, man. They look sharp. And folks, here's another pontoon boat. It's got the same deck as the veranda, but it's an express pontoon boat, and Glenn says they're made at the same factory. It's got some different accessories and things with them, but boy, this thing here is pretty also, I'm telling you. Got the red and black trim. Looks good, looks good. Need to cut by here and check these things out if you're interested looking for a pontoon boat. Folks, here's one of those fully rigged out expresses with the Yamaha 4-stroke on it, silver and blue light gray trim. Man, this thing looks sharp. It's got the pedestal seats, full console. Looks nice, really does. Good looking aluminum boat. Here's a 4-stroke on one of those shallow runners. Got a jet drive on the foot there. A few shallow water fishermen, river fishermen. This thing here is really nice. Folks, there's another express boat with a Yamaha engine on it. Man, this thing's really nice. Got the live wells. I mean, it's a bass boat, crappie boat, whatever you want to do with it. I don't know. This thing must be 20 foot long. It's a pretty good sized boat. Looks nice. Live wells, rod storage, everything that you'd possibly need. So get by here. Remember, Glenn's got the special on for the month of July. You know, cutting to the bare bone, so we can get his new models in. So you need to get down here and take advantage of that. All right, folks, we're at the back of one of these Phoenix bass boats, the 721 XP Pro, and got a 250 Optimax Pro SS on it, Pro XS, and man, this thing's beautiful. Red, white, got a little black trim in it. Man, it looks good, I'm telling you. Beautiful boat, beautiful boat. Get down here at Glenn's and check these boats out. He's got a special on this month, and he's needing to move them out so we can get the new models in. Okay, Glenn, tell us about the special going on here at Reynolds Racing and Marine.
Well, this is a 721 Phoenix. It has more features than anybody's. We like that a sign says, may we show and tell what we have to offer.
Right.
It's made with AME 5000 resin. It has sharpened chines, and that means when the water breaks off, they hand sharpen them.
Mm-hmm.
It has 2 pump out systems, has 2 live well systems, has 2 oxygenators. So all we want to do is bring your competitor's deal down. We'll match it or beat it.
All right, Glenn, I appreciate that, folks. You heard that. You can't beat a deal like that. Match or beat the competitors, and that is a beautiful boat. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Herschel. Get a drink of water. I think we had a caller calling in right quick. Let me start with a couple of announcements. Jack Raines and Bill, maybe you've talked to Jack. I haven't talked to him this week. Jack, we got to have them lights fixed up there at Point 19, Mike.
No doubt.
I don't know who's in charge of that or who we need to contact. If it's the campground manager or TVA, Clinton Utility Board, somebody's going to have to fix our lights, folks. That's all they are to it. So if you're listening and you've got some pull or you know who we need to talk to, please call in over here and let us know so we can contact them and try to get those lights fixed. They're just, you know, if it's purpose they've got them cut off is to save on the power bill, then we'd like to know that too. We might get a donation box put up there to get the lights on there in that parking lot. There's 3 poles and 4 lights. One of the 4 is all to burn. And the main one that faces down the ramp is not burned.
No.
And we need that in bad.
Sure do.
So if you've got connections with somebody that can help us out on that and get that taken care of, we sure would appreciate it. So we'll see how that works out here on the phones in a little bit. Now, I got something here that I want to bring up about to the trout fishermen. And I tried to call Buzz Buffington there yesterday and didn't get any answer. But back in May, May the 27th, TVA had sent out an announcement for any interested parties to have a meeting at the Twin Towers, Mike.
Yep.
And the bottom line is what they've been putting up about $900,000 a year for trout restoration. You know, the eggs and the fry and that kind of thing for the hatcheries to collect the, I guess, the eggs and fertilize them and take care of the hatchlings. Well, they're wanting to cut that out.
Yeah.
And so there's a nice article on the website. Go to threeriversanglers.com, which you get http://www.threeriversanglers.com and read that article. It is real interesting about what the plan is and what they're going to do. Once, you know, TWRA has a plan, but it didn't detail the plan, just says they had a plan. But the question was put to this guy, the gentleman interviewing him said, what do you think about them doing away with this funding? And he said, well, I said, you know, it doesn't bother me. He said, I fish in the park. Well, the guy doing the interview turned around and told the guy, said, well, you know, that sounds well and good. But when you take when all the trout's gone, below Douglas, Norris, out on the Caney Fork River, which is Center Hill, you know, when all the trout stocking's done and there's not any in the rivers, where's all the river fishermen going?
To the park.
To the park. Exactly right, Mike. That's just, you know, that's not that hard to figure out. So they finally got that guy that was fishing in the park. He finally saw the light.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are going to go where they can catch fish, you know.
No doubt.
I don't. Yeah, that's just like us going to Norris every time. You know, when you're catching them, you don't hate to go somewhere else to try them, but looks like we're gonna have to relocate.
Relocate too.
Yeah, but anyway, I wanted to bring that out for the trout fishermen because I'm expecting Rick Ross here just any week to be on the show with me, and Rick's a trout fisherman, instructor, casting instructor, and whatnot. He has fly tying classes and casting classes there in Kingston, and then the Trouts Unlimited up here at Clinch River has got the same thing. They usually have theirs in the spring, but you know, I wanted to throw that out there for you trout fishermen. And I don't know that, like I said, I just got into the tail end of this thing this week, and one of the boys I work with lives up that way, and when we get rained out, if I'm on the lake, he goes to the river. So he wanted to let me know what was going on with that, and it'd be interesting, you know, if you pull that up and read it and see what you think about it. But especially you trout fishermen, if you wasn't aware of that, and I hope you all were, basically what they were looking for over there at that meeting, Mike, was just a head count.
Yeah.
You know, you announce something like that and you only have 10 people show up, then they figure, well, heck, they don't care nothing about it. Let's cut the money.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's you know, heck, that's just 10 people, $900,000. That's about $90,000 a piece. Yeah. So heck, they didn't, you know, they don't care. We'll just cut the funds out. So, you know, I don't know how many they had there at that meeting. I hope they had a bunch. You know, I'd like to see them keep the trout hatchery, whatever they're doing, you know, to keep that thing going. I'd sure like to see them keep it up. That boy at work was telling me there's a river. He says it doesn't matter what day we get rained out down here. He said that when I get there, there's people everywhere. Yeah. And I said, you kidding me? He said, no. He said, you wouldn't believe it. And I said, well, you're going to have to take me up there and show me. You know, and but even through the week, you know, that there's a lot of people up there trout fishing, which is great. I'm glad we got the resource, and just hope we can keep the funding up to keep it going. And another thing they said that that guy, that interviewer out at that meeting brought up was the price of a trout stamp. Yeah, be well over $100. Mike, you know, when you're paying that kind of money, you might have to eat a few.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
So that's something to think about right there. But I did want to mention that, and if you know, if you didn't hear it, you've heard about it now, and you can get with those folks at the Three Rivers Anglers and find out all about that, because they were the ones that posted it on the web page and where I got my information on that. Let's see. Yep, there's a want to remember Edgemore Outdoors. They got the Bill Nichols special going on this month up there. You heard Jeannie call in here last week from Edgemore and told us about the special. Don't want to forget that. You mentioned Bill Nichols, his name up there at the tackle store at Edgemore, and you can get 15%?
I think she's supposed to
Yeah,
say 15%.
I have to go back to last week's
Shimano rod and reel.
Yeah, off your Shimano rods and reels. So that's a good deal right there, both on both accounts. Want to remember that for sure. Herschel, are the phones on? All right, we got the phones on. Mike, let's see. A lot of the tournaments that the bass fishermen have been fishing are dwindling down.
Yeah, they are.
They're dwindling down to get ready for their classics.
Yeah.
It's getting fall. You know, it's headed in. August will be gone before we know it. The dog days of August, so all the fishing tournaments are dwindling down. And that kind of thing. We'll take that call, Herschel. All right. Hello, caller.
Yeah, this is Ed Galt.
Hey, Ed, how you doing?
Listen, remember back when they were talking about charging you $10 to put in at Lewiston Point?
Yeah, I remember something about that, but
well, the guy that was watching for TVA, his name's Paul Shaw. You probably know him. He's a technician. He's not a game warden, but he checks fish lengths and stuff and weights. Sometimes
he's a krill officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, I've met him a time or two.
Okay, listen. When they was doing all that, he gave me the whole 9 yards of everything they tried to do, and TVA stepped in there and told them they couldn't do it and everything else. But I guarantee you that guy, if anybody can tell you anything about that, it'd be him.
Okay. I hadn't seen him up there in a while. I saw him back in the winter twice.
Seen him up there once this year.
Yeah. He was there twice, once out on the lake and then once there in the parking lot. He was loading his boat up when I was loading up. And but I can't, what'd you say his last name was?
Shaw, S-H-A-W. I think he lives in Harriman.
Yeah, Shaw, that's it. Okay. Well, hey, that's good information, Ed. We'll follow up on that and see if he can tell us what, maybe who to contact.
All right.
On the lights. You don't know anybody, do you?
No, I would think somebody sees CUB can see these shows,
Right.
Get up there and take care of that. But
hopefully the mayor's watching there in Clinton.
Sure.
Hey, Ed, good to hear from you.
Okay, man.
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello, caller.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
This is Eli's grandpa.
Oh, hey, Mr. Copeland, how are you?
Fine, how you doing?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing good. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, we went up to Laurel Lake.
Laurel Lake.
To Williamsburg, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
And we'd been doing pretty good. That was a slow night that night, but we ended up with 5 nice walleye.
Yeah. Shoot, 4. I'd hate to have been there on a good night then if you had them 5 that you showed up on that picture.
It was weighing a little over 5 pounds.
No kidding. Dang, man, I tell you what, they look like 5-pounders on that picture there. Dude. Hey, you catching them under the lights?
Yes, we used another light jigging a mantle lure.
Honey, there was a bunch on Norris this past weekend doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if any of them done any good, but sounds like to me you've done pretty good.
Yes, that's pretty good night, but we've had better.
Yeah. All right. How long does it take you to get to Laurel Lake from your house?
The guy I go with lives in Powell. It's 85 miles from his house to that Laurel Lake.
Uh-huh. Where do you put in at up there?
It's the Grove Marina.
At the Grove Marina. Okay, buddy. Hey, Mr. Copeland, I'm glad you called me, buddy.
Okay.
Tell Eli I said hello. All right, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, bye.
See you. Well, there you go, folks. I'm glad he called in. All right, now you know what to do.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Most definitely.
It's, yeah. Shucks. You know, that's a nice string of walleye. I don't know what the limit is up there in Kentucky, or at Laurel Lake, if it's 5 per person or what. But anyway, I'd sure like to have 5 like that.
Oh, no.
Man,
No doubt about that.
Yeah, you talking about some good eating. That's been great.
There's one fill a skillet up.
Yeah, that's a fact. Sure is. But while we're waiting on another call, Paul Shaw, that's the Creole officer's name up there who I talked to, drove a little tan truck, and we'll have to check with him, but I'm hoping somebody's watching the show that can pull some strings and or get up in contact with somebody and find out what the problem is up there. We can't get the lights burning. And but Mike, we were talking about the bass tournaments. It was all winding down. I noticed looking at Marty Carpenter's Catfish Trail, they're about half done, or a little over half done with their schedule, and I wouldn't care a bit to try to get him over here one night and kind of give us a little info on how things has been going with that group, Mike. Their next tournament looks like is August the 6th, and it's at Caney Creek, and it's a night tournament. No, August the 9th, excuse me. It's tournament number 6. August the 9th, Caney Creek, Watts Bar, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Boy, I tell you what, Mike, if you wasn't up there fishing yourself, you could run down there and film that way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a dandy right there, I guarantee you. They'll have some huge catfish, I guarantee it right there, the way that group is. But remember that's East Tennessee Catfish Anglers. Their next tournament's August the 9th. They're at Caney Creek, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. You know, we hadn't had one of those guys to call in and tell us anything so far this year. I can't figure that bunch out because they sure are enthused about what they're doing.
No doubt about that.
You know, they don't.
They're out for blood.
They are out to get them. I mean, they're serious about it. Don't think they're not, because they definitely are. The Volunteer Bass Trail, James Knuckles Phoenix Tournament, I have not found out anything. I tried to look. Honestly, I forgot to look last night again, but I did look Monday night to see who won their tournaments down there at Watts Bar Saturday night, and I haven't heard a thing.
Wait.
Mike,
that's right.
And but you know, it wasn't posted there Monday night, and I forgot to look last night when I was back on the computer, and I just had it on my mind when I sat down, and the time I got through doing what I was doing, I'd forgot about it. So maybe somebody can call in and let us know how that turned out down there at Watts Bar with that tournament trail, and be some good information, because that was a night tournament, you know.
Yeah.
Curious to see how they done in the super moon, and that kind of thing, Mike, compared to what we were doing.
I just never knew that was a super moon if somebody hadn't told me.
Well, I wouldn't have either, except I heard of that. That morning while I was getting ready for work, they were talking about it, and then there Saturday evening before we left, on the news they were talking about it. So, that's all I knew. I just thought it was a normal full moon, and we'd be ready to go, and that kind of thing. But like I said, as far as the fish bite, it didn't turn out as good for us as I think it did you and Brad, which I think we kind of got stubborn, and Bill and I, we were going to make them hit what we wanted them to, and instead of changing up and getting something different.
They don't like to eat what you want to feed them.
Right. I agree. Sometimes they don't like it. They sure don't, Mike. Rocky Top Outdoors, folks, they got some things going on up there. Archery shoots. I talked to Andrew Howard there last week. Got some archery competitions going on. I think they started last week, going to run for the next week or so. So if you're interested in that, that'd be a good place to get started. Check out. All right. Hello, caller.
Hello, Steve. Hello, Mike.
Hey.
Hello, Mike.
How we doing, guys?
Hey, buddy, we're struggling. Mike can't catch any fish, and we can't get the lights on up the boat ramp. So I don't know. I guess they're trying to tell us to go somewhere else.
Buddy, they just seem like they got other priorities,
Yeah, I agree.
That's the last on their list.
Yeah.
But you begged here for the last 6 weeks, so
yeah,
you done what you can do.
I agree. I
haven't heard from Jack Raines. As a matter of fact, I haven't sent him his $50 for the 10 memberships. But what I'm going to have to do is put it in the mail to him, because I don't have all the addresses to the 10 members. But I'd say they'd like to have the $50, whether I get the addresses or not. So I'm going to do that and see if he won't call me, and then maybe I can tell him that you've been asking about him and everything. So he's been kind of out of the loop here since he got married again, and I'm not sure he's got time for fishing and stuff like that right now.
Right.
We'll see. Hopefully, I'll put a little note in there when I send him his check. He'd given me his home address, so all I got to do is locate that. I'll send him his check and see if he won't call me at the house or something.
All right, Michael.
But I've been having boat problems, so I can't get down there to my boat, but the kids in the neighborhood can. Something's going on. My boat went to start it. The wiring started smoking. Then I thought, well, the engine's locked up sure as the world. And I had my worker pulled it out of the water. It's got perfect compression. And then he put it back in the water and said that he heard a knock. Not in the engine, but it sounded like it's coming from someplace else. So I know you don't want to hear all that, though. That's my problem. So I'll get those straightened out so these kids around here can at least use my boat before they have to go back to school. But I missed last week's show, and I apologize for that, but I went to take a nap knowing that I'd wake up before your show, and I didn't. But I saw on the rerun there where Bill was on there, and I hated that I missed calling in.
Yeah, I got to apologize to Bill. I just kind of took it for granted that he'd be over here tonight, and I didn't call him, and because he and I fished our Saturday night this past weekend, and he's got a standing invitation. Anytime he wants to show up, he can just show up.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely. Don't blame you for that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to tell you something, Steve, and I'm not complaining, but on this computer, and you're all out there night fishing, all I see on this computer is a black screen. Every once in a while I see the fish after you got him in the boat.
Right.
But you're gonna have to come up if you're gonna continue this night fishing. You're gonna have to come up with some kind of lighting system. Now, I'm not complaining now.
I know.
But I sit there and watching that black screen, and I'm just dying to see the fight and everything, and I don't get to see nothing.
Well, Mike's got a light in his boat, and he's working on one for mine. And we were commented on it last week. Me and Bill was sitting here watching the difference between me filming our fish and Mike and Brad filming their fish, and that light they got makes a difference. I showed it. Did you see me with it on film this tonight? There was the first of the film that I shot.
Well, when I got it on, when I first got the show on, and I was on about 5 minutes after 8, and it was already a black screen by that time.
All right. Well, I showed Mike's light there. Took a real good shot, 2 or 3. Went around his boat and had his light on camera. And so we're going to fix one like that. But we were talking, Bill sat here last week and said, Steve said, you've got to have one of them lights. I said,
well,
yes.
I heard Bill say that when I watched the rerun.
Yeah, he said, you've got to have one of them lights. So we're working on that to get me one and put in my boat, and because it does make a lot of difference. I've seen that.
I don't believe it scares off the fish. I really don't.
No, it don't, but you got to keep that camera in the box and in that bag, and when you get a strike, then the other fellas got to dig it out and then try to get it out, and by then you've done got him.
Yeah, it's hard to hold on to him when you're kind of waiting on the cameraman,
I went through 3 cameras.
Yeah.
3 cameras there, and just no time at all. It's just a problem, but it's a good problem to have.
I hear you.
That's a good problem to have.
I hear you.
Mike, help him out there and get some lighting so this old timer can watch the fish being caught.
All right, buddy. We'll try to have it by this weekend if we can.
And I noticed you hadn't heard from TED from Pal. I hope we hadn't made him mad because your producer there put a wedding picture of him and his wife on that was connected to that smallmouth.
Yeah.
Might have made him mad,
May have.
Maybe he'll call in, though.
All right. Me and Bill's going to come down and see you.
Anything for you, holler at me, okay?
All right. I said, Bill and I might be to see you just any time.
Well, you just feel free to do that. Just make it up in the afternoon. I don't get going about 1 or 2 o'clock.
Be fine.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, pal.
See you.
Talking with you.
Okay,
See
buddy.
you now.
All right. Hey, folks, another thing. Jay's Thrifting More down there, talking with Jay there. Got some excellent microwaves, he said, at the store. If you're looking for a microwave, you might want to give him a call or go by there. He's all time picking stuff up at these auctions and stuff, and so you check that out. Jay's Thrifting More down there on the west end of town, and like I said, they've got. It's just it might just be one of something, but he's got about everything. So check them out down there for that for sure. And remember all the sponsors, folks. Can't do the show without them. Just no way. And want to continue doing the show. Got to keep the sponsors up. So when you get a chance to plug the Let's Go Fishing show, make sure you do it and keep the sponsors going.
Yeah, I want to make sure that Dad gets that $50 out since Brad had that conversation with that fish.
Yeah, Dad, you better get your bill, folks. Listen, folks, God bless you. See you next week.